Have your company and all your messages and calls this morning. Please keep them coming. We're talking about the joys of letter writing and pen pals. Apparently, we've been rediscovering it over the last year. Royal Mail recently reported an unexpected increase in letter volumes, while online schemes like Penpalooza have been setting people up with pen pals throughout the pandemic. So, did you ever have a pen pal? Do you keep in touch now? Maybe you even got to meet? What was special about sending or receiving a letter from a faraway friend? What did you love about it? Write me a message this morning. Yes, write me a message. You'll have to text though, 81012 or email dot@bbc.co.uk, or you can tweet at BBC Radio Wales. But I really want to have a chat. You know me, 03700 100 110. Let me say good morning to Liz Maguire now, creator of Flea Market Love Letters, a digital archive of vintage love letters, also a big pen paler. Liz, sounds like a dream.
Hi, Dot. Thank you very much for having me. Yeah, I sort of fell into pen paling after I had been collecting vintage letters for the last 3 or 4 years, and I have to say I'm losing track now which I have more of, old letters or new ones.
How many pen pals?
So last count, I had, about 90.
90? 90?
90, yeah.
How on earth? How do you respond? How do you keep a track of all that?
It's quite fun, actually. I really love writing letters. I think that they're a great way to stay connected, especially now when we can't really travel. I'm based out of Dublin, and I don't think the lockdown situation is unfamiliar to anyone. But being able to, send a letter to someone in a far-flung place from where I am is a bit like getting to travel from my seat. So it's nice.
What makes it so special? Because I'm of the age, so I went to university before phones, before emails, and when we all went off from secondary school to different universities, and we all used to write to each other. I've still got the letters. I love keeping them, and for me, I just didn't think anybody did it anymore, but it seems we're rediscovering it. What's so special about it, Liz?
Yeah, so first off, well done you on preserving your letters. On Flea Market, the Flea Market Love Letters project that I run, I always advocate for preserving our letters, because I don't think that the next, in 25 years, we won't have the great tweets of so-and-so, of authors and things like that. I think we'll still have the great love letters of so-and-so. So I think preserving letters is very important, as well as writing them, because, with lockdown being as it has been, you are kind of WhatsApping and emailing and Instagramming and all that sort of stuff is all great. But the idea of having a letter in the mail is still just as wonderful it was when you were a little kid and you might get a birthday card or you might get something in the post. It's whatever age you are, whenever you are, it's still special to get something that someone hand wrote in the post.
Do you know, it's just triggered a memory for me. Like one of my friends, I was into country music. I still am really. And my friends used to find this hilarious because I was an 18-year-old into country music, and she used to always address to me in halls in university, everything was addressed to Emmylou Harris, who was a very famous country singer, and it's just made me giggle now. But I've kept them all. I need to dig them all out. Actually, it's really worth investing in, isn't it? And the joy, even now, even a birthday card, even getting that note, the time, the effort that someone puts into it.
Yeah.
It's totally what it's about. It's totally what it's about, isn't it, Liz? And if anyone's listening then and thinking, do you know what? I want to give it a go. I'd like a pen pal. I want to connect with someone from overseas or not even overseas. How'd you go about it?
Sure. So you mentioned it at the start of the segment, but Penpalooza was founded by a writer out of New York called Rachel Syme. And anybody who wants to get started on pen paling, maybe you had one as a kid, or maybe you never had one as a kid and you always wanted one, or maybe you just really want to get started now, you can find out more about Penpalooza by visiting the website. So it's just penpalooza.com. And on there you'll find the link to sign up, which is a Secret Santa service that Rachel used. So basically you put your information in, and in 2 or 3 days you'll receive a name and you can start writing, and you will receive a different name from who receives you. So it's a bit like a ladder. So you'll send a letter and receive a letter from someone else. So, you could be making 2 new pen pals for life. You could make 1, 2, 3, however many, sort of branch off from there. But that's the easiest way to get started, penpalooza.com.
Brilliant stuff. Lovely hearing from you, Liz. I'm going to take a look at flea market love letters as well. I'm sure there's some pearls in there, some absolute beauties. Thank you, Liz, for coming on this morning. I want to bring in Sue. Thank